Hello. Hello, Fran. How's it going? Thank you for coming on my tour and for being a sponsor. Hey, Tim, Jen, Claire, Artie. Thank you for coming on my tour and being a sponsor and an all-round general troublemaker. Chelsea. Hey, Jolene. Thank you for being a sponsor. Carol Sue. Lee, Anita. Hello. Adrian. Mark. Anne, Gail. How's Carol Sue doing? Who, me? I'm saying nothing. I've caused enough trouble. Hey, Agatha. What's happening? ¿Qué pasa? Have you worked out where I am yet? Gail S. There is no snow. No snow today. The snow has gone away. It's left us for today. It's coming back tomorrow. Or so they bloody say. So this is a surprise tour today. And yes, the heavy snow that was forecast for Edinburgh. They've been telling us for over a week, 10 days, heavy snow, risk of life, danger of death. And yet the wind changed direction. So here I am, snowless, clueless, and nameless. Hey Sharon, how's it going? Dawn, hey Dawn. And the day is dawning. Oh, Gail, Letitia. Queen Letitia. How's it going? Gail, we still have lots of snow in NB. What's NB again? I know BC. NB? I'm fine. New Brunswick, Okay. Again. Dawn, you don't need to say it twice. Hey, Penny. Cheryl H. Oh, I wonder if there's going to be two Cheryl H's today. Sometimes there's two Cheryl H's, there's two Michelles, there's two Dawns, there's two addicted to Hagos. Good things comes in pairs, as they say. Crocuses, lovely little crocuses, and daffodils, and public toilets. The fish is standing up. So how's life today, everybody? Has anyone caused trouble today? Anyone been causing trouble today? I'm cooking dinner while you wonder. Sharon, it's better than snow in my window. Hey, Jessica, thank you for coming on my tour and for being a fantastic sponsor as well. Much appreciated. Not yet, the day is young. Donna, how's it going, Donna? And Maria from Sweden, hello. Marlene and Helen and Sam, hello. Welcome to Edinburgh, Scotland. As you can see, we're completely snow-free. Climate change has kicked in overnight. We had 3 feet of snow yesterday. Woke up this morning, no snow. It's all gone. Believe that, and I've got a bridge to sell you. Donna is always making trouble. This is new. I don't know what it is. Looks like bathrooms. Looks like it's going to be new bathrooms. It wasn't here the last time I was here. I haven't been here for ages. The last time I was here, these weren't here. As you can see, they're brand new. It looks like bathrooms. In fact, it's got a disabled... Oh, no, it's not good. The disabled ramp might be going here right enough. Hey, Lorraine. How's it going? Thank you for being a sponsor. And Diane is a sponsor too. Thank you very much for coming on my tour today. I think these are new bathroom facilities by the looks of it. I mean, don't quote me on that because I've known to be wrong on almost every single occasion in my life. But anyway, that's a different story for another day. I haven't got enough time for that. Anyway. Hey, Natasha! How's it going? How's life in Greece? Are you still rioting over there? Is there still marches and demonstrations going on? Sad time for Greece. Horrific, all the young people dying. Hey, Bonnie, Christina, look at this. Look at this, right? Try and remember this view. Take a postcard of this view, right? And I'll come back in a couple of months when they're flowering and you see the difference in the size of them. They're big, crazy looking things, man. Brazilian rhubarb, I think. Christina, thank you for coming on my tour and for being a sponsor. Good. More strikes next week. Good. Get a general strike. That's what we should do in Britain. Mind you, nobody would notice if I went on strike. Apart from the Voyagers, right enough. Duck. Hey, Marlene, thank you for following my channel. Bonnie, good morning from Missouri. Hey, Julie. Thank you for coming on my snowless tour today, Winter Wonderland of Edinburgh. It's a vicious killer, that duck. Look at it. Looks like a vicious killer. Debbie Duckland. Look. Hey, Nicola. Oh, no, it's not a duckling. Maybe it's a rival duck, is it? Oh, trouble. Oh, look, they're chasing it away. And here we have two ducks taking on one duck. It's 2 versus 1 here. We've got a knockout challenge going on. Another one's ran away. Hey, Kay. Hey, Julian. How's it going? Good nabbing. Oh, what's this thing? Oh, there's a heron. Oh, no, it's a cormorant. What's that? Look at that. Is that a cormorant? Ich nein sprachen die Deutsch. I've just seen some... Oh, look, over here. I just don't know what it is. Is that a cormorant? It'll come up in a minute. Look, 1 second. Look. Oh, is it a heron? Is it a heron? Or a cormorant? I don't know what that is. I'm useless at birds. Ornithologically. Do you know what that is? Do you know what that is, no? Pardon? Do you know what type of thing that is, no? No, I don't know. I don't know either. It looks like a cormorant. Come on, all you dudes. What's that? I don't know if it's certainly eating something. A loon. What's a loon? Well, I've just got a strange beastie coming up here, everyone. It's a little Nessie. Hello everyone who's joining. We've just got my eye on something, just some strange looking thing. Bird thing came up. It's a good swimmer anyway. I thought it was a cormorant because they can swim, but I think cormorants are in the sea. Oh well. A loon. A loon. Oh look, there's another one. There's a wee coot. Is that a coot? Loons fish underwater. Oh, there you go. I've never even heard of a loon before in my life. There you go. I haven't even heard of a loon fish underwater. Oh well, quite cool. Hey, Helena, Kathy, Pauline, Richard, Val, Ewa. How's everyone doing? Welcome to Edinburgh. It was not a loon. Oh no, we've got a heated debate going on again. Some people are saying it's a loon. and some people are saying it's not. Let's have a heated debate. Beautiful here, isn't it? Can anyone, do you know where I am yet? It's time to start. Hello, everybody. It was a great crested grebe. Oh, well, there you go. Hello, everybody. How you doing? Thank you for coming on my snow-covered tour of Edinburgh today. This is supposed to be a winter wonderland tour of Edinburgh. Unfortunately, the weather forecast changed and let us down. So you've got me to put up with. Is anyone here for the very first time? Hello, Edith from Ireland. Edith. Christine. This was supposed to be a winter wonderland tour of Edinburgh. Unfortunately, climate change has kicked in and removed all the snow. So we've got no snow. So I just thought I would put on a surprise tour today. DT. Adrian has my vote. I don't know what it was. A greater crested, what was it you said, Adrian? A greater crested grebe. Oh well, there we go. I've got no idea. I don't know anything about too much about birds in that kind of sense, you know. Welcome to Edinburgh's Botanical Gardens, everybody. I just thought I'd put on a little surprise tour. I haven't been here since last year. And you've got a lot of the spring stuff. Things are starting to come through just now, you know. Obviously, there's not a lot of stuff in full bloom or flowering, but there is stuff coming through. It's springtime now. They are saying we're supposed to get snow next week. And first time with you. Oh, okay. No problem. You'll either enjoy it or you won't. Don't take everything I say too seriously, because I have a habit of talking nonsense and making flippant comments. Sometimes I don't know what I'm talking about. I just blag it. But I've got away with it for several years. I've never been found out as yet. So hopefully you can all understand my dulcet tones. If you are not following my channel, if you could please follow my channel, that would be a fantastic way to help me. I'm trying to increase my follower numbers. I like to try and make people laugh on my tours. I don't take things too seriously. I try not to offend people, but sometimes that doesn't work. So, yeah, let's see if you enjoyed this tour or not. I'm not a horticulturist, by the way. I have worked as a gardener in the past. I used to work for the Scottish Government as a gardener for 6 years. And then I worked beside Dolly the sheep. You know Dolly the sheep, the world's first cloned animal? I was the gardener in the place that Dolly was kept. I used to look after Dolly the sheep. In fact, when 9/11 got attacked, you know, the Twin Towers, I was with Dolly the sheep that day. But I haven't worked in horticulture since 2002. So what's this? 23. So for over 20 years, I haven't worked in horticulture. So as you will know, you have to work with plants all the time to remember them, their names and so on. So don't expect any expert commentary. Okay, what I'll do is I'll just show you around the Botanical Gardens. This is the #1 visitor attraction in Scotland now because of COVID. During lockdown, under normal circumstances, like just now, you can just come into the Botanical Gardens at any point. It's free to come in, it's always free to get in. And during lockdown, you had to book a time slot. So it became the #1 because all the castles, museums were all closed. The Botanical Gardens here in Edinburgh became the #1 visitor attraction in Scotland. I think it was about 17th in Britain. Unfortunately, good to see different places, Christine. Hello everyone who's joining. Thank you for joining. Adrian, so you've done wildlife photography. Nice one, buddy. Nice one. Unfortunately, the glasshouse, they've actually got the largest palm tree collection in Britain here. But as you can see, the glasshouses are all getting taken down and replaced. So if you are planning on coming to Edinburgh and you have an expectation of being able to visit the palm trees and the glasshouses and so on, it's all closed down. It'll probably close down for a couple of years, I would imagine. So yeah, just to make you aware, because Botanical Gardens is pretty high on people's list to come to Edinburgh. I mean, the main visitor attractions are Edinburgh Castle, Palace of Holyrood, and Britannia. Right, they're free. They're paid. You have to pay to get into the visitor attractions. All the museums and the art galleries and the Botanical Gardens are free. And so, obviously, the Botanical Gardens are quite high on tourists' lists of places to go. You see? Hi everybody, welcome to Edinburgh Botanical Gardens. As you can see, this is Monkey Puzzle Grove. They've got lots of different types of monkey puzzle trees, and they were called a monkey puzzle tree by an English gardener who said it would puzzle even a monkey to climb that tree. Hey Joyce, how much for the castle? I think it's £19. You can get a concession if you're an old age pensioner. You can get a concession, or a child or a student. You can buy an annual pass. If you do plan on coming to Scotland and you are planning on visiting more than one castle, for example, you could go to Edinburgh Castle, Stirling Castle, Urquhart Castle, and so on, and you can get a whole pass for 1 year for £50. For £50 for a whole year. So if you do plan on going to more than one castle, you're better just buying an annual pass. So that's what I do. I've got an annual pass from Historic Environment Scotland. Unfortunately, it's not the only organisation in Scotland that looks after castles. The Royal Yacht Britannia is run by a private company, and the Palace of Holyrood is run by the Royal Collections Trust. So you have to buy a pass. Holyrood Palace, if you buy a ticket for £20, or again you get concessions, you can get an annual pass. You just donate it back to them and they give you an annual pass, you see. So there are ways you can do things cheaply here. So as I say, this is, I think it's the second biggest in Britain. I think Kew Gardens are bigger than here. Kew Gardens in London, where I used to live and never went to see for some bizarre reason. It's split into 12 main areas. Right, this is the other side of the pond. It's split into 12 main zones. It's quite it's mostly accessible, as you can see. It's quite flat, and some of the places you can go to are obviously quite hilly, but I will tell you if it's wheelchair accessible or not. Okay, so it is mainly wheelchair accessible. Mainly. Does everyone know how to take postcards? Yeah, the big round white button. You see a nice view, you take a picture. Kew is overrated, is it? Hey Yolanda. Hello Aziz from Islamabad. How's it going, buddy? Welcome to Edinburgh, Scotland. Edinburgh. Edinburgh's quite a difficult place for some people from around different parts of the world to pronounce. Some Americans call it Edinburgh or Edinburgh. It's Edinburgh. We like to roll the R's in Scotland. We roll the R's. So last year it got almost 500,000 visitors. 500,000, hey Mag. 500,000 visitors. It was 17th in Britain, by the way. The Royal Botanical Gardens, Edinburgh, started in 1670. And it was a guy called Robert Sibbald. And for anyone who's been to Greyfriars tours of Greyfriars, Robert Sibbald is actually buried in Greyfriars. Oh, I don't think this was here the last time. Yes, well, taking lots of postcards is free, and you can then save them to your device. They're kept on your Heygo page, and then some people do like to take copies of them and do paintings and sketches and so on. Got a couple of Voyagers in particular that do that. So if you do see a nice view, capture it. You can take thousands of postcards if you want, and then just go through them and delete them at the end. I know some people do like postcards and others not so much, you know, so it just depends. So the Botanical Gardens hasn't always been here, by the way. This is actually the fourth location of the Botanical Gardens. You know the Holyrood Palace? Was it yesterday I done a tour of Holyrood Palace? It was, wasn't it? Yesterday I done a tour of Holyrood Palace and the Holyrood Abbey. Well, that's where the first Botanical Gardens used to be, in 1670. They then moved, as the British Empire was expanding, they then moved to Princes Street. You know where the train station is? In Princes Street? That's where the second Botanical Gardens were. And then the British Empire kept on expanding even more. They then moved to down Leith, off Leith Walk, Shrub Hill area, before finally moving here in the 19th century. And it's been here ever since. There's 4 Botanical Gardens in Scotland, sorry. Hello everyone who's joining. Welcome to Edinburgh's botanical gardens here in Edinburgh. Yeah, there's 4 botanical sites in Scotland. Edinburgh, Benmore and Dulwich. And here is the Nepalese area. See the bell? I'll ring the bell. Let's ring the bell for luck. Sorry, I hope I didn't wake anybody up. Now the kid's going to do it. You see the rags in the tree? You see the rags in the trees? They have different meanings in different places of the world. There you go, wee man. Some people use them for prayers. Some people put them up who have got illnesses. And they wash them and put them up on a piece of rope like this. And then they hope that the illness goes away as the colours fade on the rags. In Scotland they use them as well, for different superstitious reasons and so on. You can make a wish and do things like that. So they are used around the world for different purposes. Does anybody in your country do things like this? The rags or the pieces of cloth on the tree? It's quite common in different parts of the world for different reasons, actually. For different reasons. Rhododendrons, you will see lots of rhododendrons here. Rhododendrons are an invasive species. A lot of people consider rhododendrons invasive. They're not natural, they're not native to Scotland. And this actually holds, I think they've actually got one of the biggest rhododendron collections in the world here, actually. Lots of rhododendrons. So, as you can see, as the British Empire kept on expanding and growing, they had to keep on expanding it. They were getting access to plants from all over the world, China especially, Afghanistan, Nepal, New Zealand, Australia, Americas. You can just imagine all the colonies. Britain colonised 25% of the world. So you think of all the plants and the wildlife species that gave them access to. Beautiful, isn't it? How many miles? It's actually, I don't know in miles, but it's 70 hectares. So it's like almost 300,000 square metres. It's about the size of 175 soccer pitches. But as I say, it's mostly accessible. You know, I do see quite regularly people here in wheelchairs and so on. And this is all the rhododendrons here. They've actually been studying and growing rhododendrons in Edinburgh here for over 100 years. They've actually got more than 700 of the world's 1,000 rhododendron species here. And they're actually kept, different species are kept in groups as well. That's why they're in different areas as well. Yeah, there's a botanical gardens as well in Glasgow, but it's not a royal botanical gardens. It's not a royal one, so you can see the rhododendrons are kind of starting to come out. Hey Yvette, how's it going? Yeah, so they reckon there's about 13,500 plant species, and in total about 130,000 plants from 156 different countries. Can you believe that? So we're, as I said, 70 hectares, nearly 300,000 square metres, the size of 175 soccer pitches. That's how big it is here. It's split into 12 zones. But as I mentioned earlier, the palm tree, the glass houses are all closed off, unfortunately. So if you had that in mind to come to Edinburgh, the Inverurie one was a private collection, stunning location as well. Yeah, I don't know if you remember, I've done a tour of Crathy's Gardens last year. Crathy's Castle and Gardens. That's got stunning gardens there. Stunning gardens. So you've got plants from all over the world. Orchids, ferns, fossils, plants from the rainforests. You've got alpines. The alpine section's closed off as well, unfortunately. Can't see the alpines. It's got the biggest plant fossil in the world here that you can't see as well. 320 million years old. And then you've got a series of sculptures around the place as well. You've got various eating places and so on. So this is called the Girl, and it is supposed to be a fountain, but I haven't seen it working very often. But I've not been since last year. This is the first time I've been here since last year, actually. So this is the Girl. I think it was built around about 1950 from memory. Was it Reg Butler? Let's see. They got a postcard without the. They got a postcard that way with the house. So maybe there. Let's try to get a decent postcard for you. Hey, Evie and Natalia from Poland. Welcome to Edinburgh's Botanical Gardens. Unfortunately, we had no snow, so I had to improvise and just put on a surprise tour. So I woke up this morning not knowing what to do, and then I thought, yes, I'll look at that. How good is my memory? Reg Butler, I was correct. Made out of bronze. See, I've not been here. I think June last year was the last time I was here. So there is a couple of cafes, places you can buy coffee, sandwiches, snacks, and so on. There's one of them in there. It's free to enter, yes, it's all free. Hello everyone who's joining. Welcome to Edinburgh's Botanical Gardens. The #1 visitor attraction in Scotland now, because of COVID, because of all the restrictions on the paid visitor attraction numbers. This has become Scotland's #1. So, lovely sculpture around here as well. This is in the Highlands of Scotland. Remember Craig, the Highland tour guide from Ballachulish? Well, the Ballachulish is just before Glencoe, after Glencoe, on the way to Fort William. And it was famous for slate. And here's some Ballachulish slate. They've made it into a sculpture called the Cone. Look. The glass houses are closed, Mark. They're getting refurbished. They're getting refurbished just now. So all the glass houses with the palm, because they've got the largest palm tree collection in Britain here. But the glass houses are all Victorian, and so they're getting taken down. So the palm trees have been moved, obviously, to various botanical gardens around Britain, I would assume. Some of them are quite big, you know, some are like 60, 70 feet tall, so I don't know how they got them out. So this is Ballachulish slate. It's a slate cone, see? Made in 1992 by Andy Goldsworthy. Yeah, but the glass houses are... By the way, when there's no snow, I think rain or snow's forecast today. Look at the skies. Like you see Edinburgh Castle. So you're about 30 minutes, 20-minute walk from the centre of Edinburgh here. I see it's one of the... It is high, it's in the top 10 for things to do in Edinburgh anyway. It's very popular amongst locals as well. And during COVID lockdowns, it became very popular because people were not allowed to meet in their houses. So they would just meet them here for a picnic. But you had to book a time slot. So you don't have to book a time slot just now. So you can just come to the Botanical Gardens at any time and get in for free. So there's Edinburgh Castle there, look. Hey, and Catherine, look. Can you see it? In the far distance there. Edinburgh Castle. Beautiful views, isn't it, from here? So you can see it's not that far from the centre. If I was staying in Edinburgh, if I was a tourist, I would walk here from if your hotel is in the centre of Edinburgh, I would walk here from the centre, but I would possibly get the bus back. There's at least 2 buses directly stops outside the Botanical Gardens. It takes you back directly to the centre of Edinburgh in about 10 minutes. So as you can see, Edinburgh Castle is not too far at all from here. Hello Nancy and Stephanie. Welcome to the Botanical Gardens of Edinburgh. I just had to do a surprise tour today. And then as you can see Arthur Street, the volcano in the background as well. Look, you can see the golden turd. Right, can you see it sticking up? The R4 seat there, the extinct volcano, and then you can see the golden turd. Spoiling Edinburgh's skyline. And that's the old town of Edinburgh and the castle in the background as well. Yeah, Edinburgh's a very photogenic city, shall we say. It is a very beautiful place to take photographs, and even in all weathers as well, even when it's foggy and misty and damp, you know, it's very atmospheric. Here, where am I going now? Let me think. I know where I'm going here. So this path is unsuitable for wheelchairs. So this is for the Chinese hillside. Look. So that'll tell you, you know, because most of it is accessible, but this obviously isn't. So what is a botanical garden? What is a botanical garden? It's a place that displays, studies and teaches about plants. And for nearly 350 years, Edinburgh has had a botanical gardens. How cool is that? Nice views as well. Some places of the... I said stay on till the end, by the way. You must stay on till the end. I know you might not like botanical gardens, or you might not like me or my accent or my voice, but if you stay until the ending is spectacular, okay? So just a word of advice. Hi Tracy, Euclid, Julie, me. Can you play somewhere with a ball? Probably not with a ball, unless it's really young children. So botanical gardens is just somewhere that studies, displays and teaches all about plants. When I was a gardener, I used to, if you have problems, right, because obviously plants get problems, and when I was working as a gardener, I had to get sent to college and so on to study horticulture, and if I had any problems that I couldn't find out, like plant diseases and so on, I used to phone up the botanical gardens for advice and help, and the botanical gardens love to give you advice and help about plants and things. So, but as I say, I haven't worked in horticulture for over 20 years. I was a gardener handyman, okay, and then I just stuck to the handyman side of things, and then I became a tour guide about 7 years ago. Looks like a metasequoia, but it's not. Usually every major city has them. Usually. Oh, there's a little rat squirrel. Oh, thank you, Aunt Catherine, for leaving a tip. No. What? She's just trying to tell me to not go somewhere. It's a public park, pal. How do you think I feel when all these people get in my way when I'm trying to get postcards? She was taking a photograph of a squirrel, and she's trying to get me to stop walking in front of the photograph. Are you having a laugh, pal? Do you know how long I had to wait to get a postcard once? 8 minutes. And she wants me to move for her. Good luck with that, pal. She's like, no. I'm like, yes. Hey, Desiree. Welcome to the Chinese hillside area of the Botanical Gardens. It gets better at the end, by the way. This is not one of my usual type of tours, because normally I try to make people laugh and have fun and so on. I did used to do one thing. I did used to have one funny thing here. There used to be an art project here with a massive a 40-foot, 50-foot inflatable monkey. Right? There was a house up here, and they used to have a 50-foot inflatable monkey on it, right? It was part of an art project to raise awareness of these monkeys in the Himalayas or somewhere. And so when I started the tour, I used to start the tour, I would say, by the way, the Botanical Gardens is quite close to the zoo, right? It's not close to the zoo at all, but I just used to lie and tell people the Botanical Gardens is close to the zoo. And the monkeys escaped, right? And I says, it's believed the monkeys are have escaped and they've come to the Botanical Gardens because they heard there was a monkey puzzle tree here, right? Well, some people believed me and some people didn't, you know, obviously. And then I would show that I say to them, like, look out for the monkey. Keep your eye out for the monkey and all that. And then I would say, I would do the tour for about 20 minutes and I would find the monkey. And then I'd say, I found the monkey, I found the monkey. Then I would show it on the inflatable monkey. And it used to be quite funny, like, you know. But yeah, it's not my funnest of tours, shall we say. Hey, Don. I'll let you off. You say, Jenna, hey, Jenna. Thank you for coming on my tour today to the Botanical Gardens of Edinburgh. Beautiful here, isn't it? I do like it here. It's one of my favourite places to come. And a lot of pine trees here. Different pine species as well. Scotland's got its own pine tree. Scots pine. And bamboo as well. Wonder if that's for the pandas from the zoo. There's nowhere near here. I just used to tell people the zoo's next door and the monkeys escaped, you know. Hey, Tibia, Stephanie. So that was all the Chinese area. That's where it came from, a Chinese mountain trek. It came from the Jade Dragon Snow Mountain in Yunnan. 5,596 metres in height, 4 times higher than Ben Nevis, and 15 times taller than the Empire State Building. Whew. Hey, yes, there is a zoo here. Edinburgh's got a zoo. We've got Chinese pandas on loan just now as well. But you'll need to be quick because the Chinese pandas are going back. They can't afford them because of COVID, because all the visitor numbers collapsed. They can't afford to have the pandas anymore. It was costing £1 million a year for the pandas, for the zoo. And there you got a nice postcard here, watch. Anne, so you've been here, Anne, have you? So this is the China Pavilion. I'm just trying not to get that family in the picture. It's not very central, but enough. It's nice here, isn't it? I do like it here. It's great, especially if you've got kids as well, because it's free. You know, you can bring a picnic. You can spend all day here, actually. You can bring your kids, have a picnic, or buy something on site. Cheaper to buy a picnic, obviously. There's lots of public restrooms and public bathrooms. Do we know when the pandas will be leaving? I heard it's maybe this year. I think it's this year, later on this year, actually. Hello, Colleen. Thank you for joining my tour of Edinburgh. It's Botanical Gardens. We've got no snow, so I just had to do a impromptu secret tour. Do you want to go then? If you go, I'll get a postcard. 1 second, everyone. The children are just leaving. You stand out like a sore thumb when you're walking about with a gimbal. Everyone looks at you as if you're a BAM. I was about to say a TWAT there, but I thought I better not. Everyone looks at you as if you're a head case when you're walking about with a gimbal. Some people are very nosy, actually. Yeah, they're Chinese. We have to pay £1 million a year for the pandas. So this was in celebration of the 45th anniversary of the establishment of ambassadorial diplomatic relations between China and UK. I'm assuming that's when they gave Hong Kong back. So, there you go, that was a Chinese hillside area. Lovely, wasn't it? I do like the Chinese hillside area, but stay on, there's an even better area to come. Obviously, there's not much plants out just now. I feel sorry for the pandas. Yeah, well, they tried to get them pregnant, but the pandas did not like each other. They didn't go on, so they had to artificially inseminate them. So, well, by the way, just as a side note, these botanical gardens are actually the oldest in Britain. These are the oldest botanical gardens because they were founded in 1670. So, where's the Buddha statue about? They say I've not been here since last June because I've been away on tour and then I went away for winter for a couple of months. Yeah, the guy who founded the Botanical Gardens was Robert Sibbald. See what I mean about people looking at you? It's like they've never heard anybody speak before. You start speaking, right, and people look at you as if you've got two heads. It's like, yeah, if you've got paranoia, it's not the job to have. The nice rhododendron there. Honestly, man, it's like they've never heard anybody talking to themselves before. It's like, you know. There we go, I found the statue. I couldn't remember where it was. There we go, postcard coming up, everyone. Buddha. Try and get it all in for you. Yeah, Robert Sibbald, the guy who founded the Botanical Gardens, he used to travel around Europe. Can you get all that in? Is that all in the picture? We'll need to do a vertical shot. Is that all in? I can't see the top of the screen. Is the top in? I just can't see because we've got things that block it out, you see. For the postcard. Yes, you can see it. Ah, perfect. Yeah, because we can't exactly see. We can't line it up exactly because there's things blocking it, the top of the screen. The chat blocks the right-hand side. And you've got things on the top, a timer and location button and all that. And then you've got other things at the bottom. I'll do a vertical shot just in case. I'm going to turn the phone vertically, okay? Just for 5 seconds. So if you want to take a postcard vertically, get ready, okay? Do not adjust your neck. Do not adjust your neck. Uh-oh. Did you see what happened there? Oh, there we go. There we go. Hope we got that postcard there. Right, now, which way do I go again? Is it this way and down the way? I think I'm going. Did you get it? Thank you. No problem. Perfecto. No problema para mí, you know. Parlez-vous français? Ich nein sprechen die Deutsch. No hablar mucho español. I don't speak much English. Aye, so Robert Sibbald, he used to spend his time travelling around Europe, and then he started collecting and showing plants in Edinburgh, just near the palace, as I mentioned earlier. And then by 1683, they had a collection of around 2,000 plants. So that's when they had to move again, just below Edinburgh Castle. In fact, really, if you've ever been on platform 2 on Waverley Station, that's where the Botanical Gardens were. And then, as I said, as the empire started expanding, they had to move again. So they came here in 1820, and it opened up to the public in 1881, and it's been here ever since. So I think I'm now going down here from memory, or is it along here to the right? It's to the right. Yeah, I'm going along here. I say, you've got to bear in mind I haven't been here since June. Hey Faith, welcome to, and Laura, welcome to Edinburgh's Botanical Gardens. We've got no snow, as you can see, so I had to put on a surprise tour. So I do love the Botanical Gardens, so that's why I came here. As I mentioned earlier, there are a couple of zones. It's split into 12 zones, but a couple of the areas are closed down for refurbishments. So the Alpines area is closed down, the glasshouses are closed down, and so on. It's quite handy here as well. You can buy a map. You can buy a map or a guidebook. There's a map when you come in as well, because you probably won't get to see it all in one day. It's such a vast area, especially if you have any mobility issues and so on. So just bear that in mind. But if you stay until the end, I'll show you the best part to come to, okay? It's beautiful. It's my favourite part in Edinburgh, actually, where I'm going to show you next, or last, sorry. But just bear in mind the glasshouse area, the allotment area, they've got a community area as well. Monkey Puzzle, Grove, and the glass houses are all closed off, unfortunately, for refurbishment works, which they should have done during COVID. But anyway, who am I? So as you can see, there's lots of rhododendrons everywhere you go. And they were brought here in the early 1900s from China. They're Chinese, and a lot of people consider them a weed. The definition of a weed is just a plant in the wrong place. My postcards are very delayed. That's a shame. Can you bring wine in? Yes. That's what all the middle classes were doing during lockdown. You know, when you couldn't have your friends in the house. All the rich and the middle classes were meeting their friends outside here, bringing a full picnic, foie gras, seafood platters, bottles of wine, and meeting all their friends illegally in a park outside. So there's a will, there's a way. So yes, you can bring wine. You get the occasional people smoking weed, and so on as well. But look at this. Look at this, isn't this stunning? This is Edinburgh. You would think you're on a different continent. How stunningly beautiful is it, everyone? Look at that. This is the Rocky Card. This is my favourite part here. Look at it. Look how stunning that is. Beautiful. You can also get married here, believe it or not. See this area here? This is Caledonian Hall. You can get married here. So they've got a table. I'll just show you, look. So they've got a table set up as to how it would look. So you can get married here as well. They've got function halls and so on. So your table set up for different functions. You can obviously have weddings, parties, or whatever you want to have here. You've got a function hall. Obviously beautiful setting, beautiful pictures if you're getting married here. Well, it rains 191 days of the year in Edinburgh, mind, so beautiful sunny day today, but look at it today. Hey Alan, how you doing, buddy? Carolyn, well, yeah, it's definitely worth a visit. It's beautiful. And it's good for your mental health, walking in nature as well. It's good for your mental health here. Look at this. Look at this, everyone. So this is an alpine plant area. Alpine, this is another. They've got alpine huts, because some alpines can't adjust to the Scottish weather, but some alpines can, right? Especially if they come from like New Zealand, Afghanistan and so on. But the plants in this area have adapted to the Scottish climate, and a lot of them are from like the Andes to the Alps, Afghanistan. They're high altitude plants, but they've really adjusted well to the Scottish climate. They're good at hugging to the rocks and so on. They're good at finding ways to survive. But look at this, it looks something like, to me it looks like Japanese more than like Afghanistan and all that. It looks like Japanese. Hey Sue, welcome to the Botanical Gardens. Look at this. Isn't it? I hope you're taking lots of postcards, everybody. Beautiful postcards today. Look at this. Isn't it stunning? How peaceful and tranquil is it here? Beautiful sunny day here in Edinburgh. It's about 10 degrees Celsius, by the way. They're saying rain and snow is forecast this afternoon. Oh, just in case you don't know, later on, this was a kind of last minute tour, to be honest. But I have got another tour that had been planned for today. I've got an open top tour bus tour today at 4 o'clock my time. So this tour will finish at 2, so in 2 hours from when this tour finishes, I am doing a tour of a topless bus tour ride around Edinburgh. So if you would like to see Edinburgh from an open topless bus, please join me then. Hopefully the weather will be okay. Get the postcard. Beautiful postcards here, isn't it? A trend in the US, forest bathing. Taking time out in the beauty of nature. Well, yes, it's been proven that coming out in nature and walking in the woodlands and amongst plants is good for your mental health, like going into cold water as well. So you can see here, anyone who's got mobility issues, The path here is wheelchair accessible. At points it won't be, but the sign comes up. But so parts of it are, so the path is very smooth here. Thank you, Vivian, for the tip. I forgot to mention, by the way, this is a tip-based platform. And if you... it's my only income at the moment, actually. Here goes my only income just now. So if you can afford a tip, you can leave a tip. It's a sign of your token of appreciation. So this rock garden's been here since 1870. 1870. And adapted again. It was changed around about a couple of years later as well. Adapted. Elizabeth, welcome to the Botanical Gardens. Here's lichen as well. Here's lichen on the walls. Look. You'll see them growing on the rocks. Lichens are funny little things, aren't they? That's how they can determine how old things are as well, isn't it? They can determine how old things are by the lichen and so on. It's weird. Weird stuff. There's some gorse as well. Look at this. It's stunning. Oh, I've got a new sponsor. Oh, thank you very much, everyone. Yeah, one way you can help the tour guides is by sponsoring us as well. I always forget to mention things like that. Yeah, if you sponsor, I think it's £10 a month, and we get 75% of that. So it is one way you can help us, is by becoming a sponsor. So thank you very much for whoever that was. Michael, thank you very much for leaving a tip as well. So this is still wheelchair accessible. You see her? Sorry. So thank you very much, whoever that was, for becoming a sponsor. You've made a happy man very old, or an old man very happy. These are from New Zealand, this area. Thank you, Michael. This is from New Zealand, this area here. And they've really well adapted. Oh, is that you, Gail? Thank you, Gail. Thank you so much. Thank you, Benjamin, for following my channel. Hey, Jane. Welcome to Edinburgh's Botanical Gardens. Yes. So as you can see, it's still wheelchair accessible up to here. And round there is wheelchair accessible. Okay. And round here. And then, wait. It gets better, by the way. I've not finished yet. It gets better. I'm saving the best to last. The piece de resistance. Hey, Carrie. Oh, thank you, Michelle and Donna, for leaving a tip. Much appreciated. Yeah, this is a very different tour from my tours. For most of you who have been on my tours before, I like to be quite loud and try and make people laugh, and I never stop talking. I speak at 100 miles per hour, talking absolute nonsense for Scotland. And this is a very kind of different tour for me. It's the least amount of talking I do, and I find it quite relaxing myself, actually, to be honest. So it is a nice try. I do enjoy doing this tour. I haven't been here since June. Twat. I'm saying nothing. I get myself into trouble on a regular basis, of course. Nice postcard coming up, by the way, everyone. Once the squirrel moves. Hiya, pal. Look at that. Look at this. This is Edinburgh. Can you believe we're not a continent, a different continent? Right, pal. Look at it. Isn't that stunning? Can you hear the noise of the water? Ah, yes, I know, Jan. I've changed the title of my Twat with a Chat tour. Seemingly the word was offensive to some people, so I've changed it to Chat with a Bam. If anyone's offended by the word Bam, oof, I'm giving up. A BAM is a Scottish idiot. A BAM pot. Or a BAM. B-A-M. This. Stay on, by the way, it's not finished. It's got the best to come. The best is still to come. I'm just taking you for little walks here, just so you can see the different parts. Hello, Stuart. You've joined at the end, unfortunately, buddy. It's just about to finish. But I've got a nice postcard coming up. We stay on for a few minutes if you like. See, we're getting quite high up now. Look at Edinburgh Castle in the back. A BAM is B-A-M. Yes, a BAM. I like a BAM. I used to get a roast beef and onion one in Halifax, in Brickhouse, the castle. See Edinburgh Castle in the background. Beautiful, isn't it? Look at this, isn't it stunning? This is one of my favourite parts of Edinburgh here, especially this part here I'm going to show you just now. Hold on a second. Hopefully you're taking some nice postcards. I'm just waiting for the people to move and I'll be there in a second. I'll just show you this just now. And wait, all this running water is making me need the toilet. Hey Benjamin, thank you buddy. Oh, it's starting to snow. Right, well, she's wearing a pal coming up now. It's very beautiful, isn't it? Oh well, look at this everyone. Look at this. Oh, we've got a nice picture there. Pauline, are you still here? Hey Mike, how's it going buddy? You've joined at the end of the tour. Much better than the Leith car park. I don't know. The Leith car park is quite iconic actually. The Tesco car park is the home of train spotting, you know. You wouldn't think you were in Edinburgh, eh? Beautiful, man. But Mike, did you put that new tour up yet? Go and put a link in the chat, Mike. We've got another tour coming up with Mike and I. Michael Rook is our fabulous tour guide from Edinburgh. We've done a tour about the haunted pubs of Edinburgh a couple of weeks ago. So we've put another tour up today. Jedburgh, the Borders Village. So we're going to start doing little tours round about parts of Scotland. So watch this space, everybody. Artie's booked it. Yay! Yeah, Mike's got a car, so I've not got a car. I've not had a car for 4 years. Edinburgh's getting the tram line extended in my town, so there's no point in having the car. So Mike's put a link up in the chat, everybody. If you'd like to join us on this tour of Jedburgh, it's a lovely little Borders town. The Borders is an area that quite a lot of people in Scotland don't tend to go to. There's so many fabulous places in the Borders. You've got Montrose Abbey, Drybrook Abbey. You've got Galashiels, Selkirk, and so on. And Mike's got another tour coming up. Mike's a whisky expert as well, by the way, everyone. Just to let you know, if you like Scotch whisky. Tracker House, the oldest house in Scotland as well. Yeah, could possibly do that. Yes, I'll do a vertical shot, okay, I'm going to turn the phone vertically, so don't adjust your neck, okay? Oh, down a bit. Sorry, man. Sorry. There we go. There's another one. Different. So you've got both parts in now. Beautiful, isn't it? So I hope you've enjoyed this surprise mystery location tour today. I do like coming here. It is one of my favourite places in Edinburgh to come. Especially, this is my favourite area, the Rock Garden. Just remember the Rock Garden, it's all well signposted. It's actually quite close to the entrance, believe it or not. So yes, this is my favourite part. Just my personal part. You know, everyone might have their own personal place that they like to come to in the Botanical Gardens. But this area here is my favourite area. I think it's simply just stunning. It's like being in a different continent, isn't it? You know? It's just like we're not in Edinburgh. I just can't believe how lucky we are to have something like this in here. Simply stunning, isn't it? Yeah, it's beautiful here. This is and the grass is so short and well tendered and looked after as well. I mean, look, it's like a golf course. The grass is cut to like golf course standard. It's just simply stunning. It's just so nice. It's just incredible. It's for free. It's for free. Obviously, they get funded by the Scottish Government. Of course, they do employ quite a lot of staff. I'm just going to get a picture of this tree in a minute. There we go. There we go. Nice pine there. Look at that. Beautiful, isn't it? It's a beautiful place. So if you do come to Edinburgh, I would put this high on the list. You know, and it's great because Edinburgh is very busy all the time, you know. Edinburgh's a very busy city, and it's just great to come out and relax and get away from the noise and the pollution, the crowds. I mean, don't get me wrong, it can get quite busy here, but it's not like crowded like Edinburgh streets, you know. So please put this high on your list of places to come in Edinburgh. And thank you so much for coming on my tour today. Give me a thumbs up if you have enjoyed the tour, everyone. Did you enjoy the surprise tour today? I'm sorry I could not provide snow for you, but my name is not God. My name is not God, unfortunately. So thank you so much, everybody. I hope some of you can join me later on today. As I say, in roughly about 2 hours' time, I've got an open-top tour bus of Edinburgh. And basically you get different postcards, you get different angles, different views of Edinburgh. So if you do like to see that, please come and join me later on. And thank you for all the people who have left a tip, by the way. It's been much appreciated, all the tips. If you can leave a tip, please do so. You can leave a tip after the tour is finished as well. Also, leaving a 5-star review is a good way to help us. And sharing our postcards on social media. Facebook Voyagers, you can join the Facebook Voyagers or Virtual Trips Facebook group. You can add me as a friend on Facebook if you like. I won't bite. My name is Paul James Stewart. I am a Jacobite from the 18th century. Unfortunately, I am not as good looking as Jamie from Outlander. Or through the channel as well. Oh, yeah, thanks for that. So thank you so much, everybody. Have a lovely day, and hopefully I might see some of you later on. If not, have a fantastic Sunday, and hopefully I'll see some of you next week. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you soon.